So what we've done with exercise 5 is simply take exercise 4, which is essentially the finished version of using an applet with threading, and converted that over to a GUI application, a JFrame application. We've done everything in one class. There aren't two class files here. There's only one. I know that's a little unusual, but we can do it. You can have a main method. You can set things up to look like this. People do it all the time. I don't typically recommend it, but for the purposes of keeping things simple on these last couple of assignments, I've decided to go this route. What we see here is the beginning of the class definition looks like any other JFrame class definition we've done. Thread app JFrame extends JFrame. Again, what are we doing? We're extending the JFrame class, creating our own customized window. We're implementing the runnable interface. Here again, what are we looking to do? We are looking to create an application, a GUI-based application that can thread out a particular portion of its processing to happen in the background, or creating a new process, if you will, if you're used to the Windows words. We're going to have a label, a thread object, and a counter. In the JFrames constructor, we are setting up the JFrame window with a title. We're setting the default unclosed operation. We're setting the default layout manager to use flow layout. Remember, that starts at the top, works its way to the bottom, going left to right, row by row, until it's done. We're creating that label. We're creating that label object. We're adding it to the window. We are instantiating or creating our counter object, which is the thread, and we're calling the start method of the thread. Again, we're directing that thread's attention, that thread's methods, that's what the methods that thread is looking for, back to our current class with the keyword this. We do find a public void run method in here. Again, we're overriding the thread class. And just like in our previous method, what are we doing? We're saying while true, count plus plus, set the text of the label to counter plus counter and the value of count. We're stopping for a moment. We are pausing for 1 second, and again we have the code here to deal with any exceptions that we might have while trying to make our application pause. In the main method, you'll see a lot of code. All we're doing is trying to put that window in the center of the screen. So we're setting the width and height of the window. We're creating a new window object. We are then getting the default toolkit. We're using the default toolkit to get the screen size. We're pausing for 10 seconds. Then we are setting the width and the height of we're getting the width and height of the screen. We're setting the size of the window, and then we are figuring out where we go, how to center that window. And again, nothing that we haven't done before. When we run this application, what we see happening is, of course, as soon as that window pops up, and actually even before the window pops up, as soon as the window is created, the threading in the background starts. And so what's going to happen is when this pops up, that counter is already running. Again, it's counting down one number for every second, not because that's how many times it's going through, and the processor, the thread's being run by the processors, but because we have asked it to pause for 1 second every time while that thread is running. Every time we loop through to update that label, we're asking it to pause for a moment first. If I took that sleep call out, it would hurry up and run, stop for a minute, stop till it came around to the processor again, run, and we might run that number up to a few 100,000 by now.